The second thing I see more often than not that really messes up a recording really badly, and this is more on the tracking, producing front. This is not the mixing front, really. This is before that. The stuff's recorded too loud. It's a huge problem. I don't know why people find that, like, they just make everything like really loud. They like the way it looks with the yellow and the red flashing or something. I don't know, but don't do that. There's a reason there's colors on these things. There's a step system: green, yellow, red. When it's green, you're doing well. If it every once in a while grazes into the yellow, it's okay to graze. When it gets to living in the yellow, if you're living in that yellow, you're going to hit the red sooner or later, so it's no good. You cannot be near the red. As soon as you hit the red, just crank the suck button. That's what you do. You basically chop the head of the wave off. So if you look at a sound wave, you have a peak and a valley, and it's round. You know, in the analog world, things are round. As soon as you hit the converter too hard, in a lot of cases, your interface, let's say, you're either using an interface which has its own mic pre-built into it, and you could potentially have that volume turn too hot on your input on whatever channel you're recording, and that's going to clip the interface converter, and it's going to suck. Or you have a mic pre going into a converter, and some converters, there's no stepped attenuator on them, so you would have to make it lower at the mic pre, and if you send a signal too hot into that converter, it will clip. And it's going to sound like shit unless you have a converter that's specifically built to be able to do that, and they go for a lot of money. So unless, you won't accidentally own one of those, is my point. You will have bought that and spent a lot of money on it, and you're going to clip on purpose. And even then, I'd say be careful. All right, a little bit goes a long way when it comes to clipping. When it comes to recording stuff, I wouldn't get near the clipping. Don't get near it. You should be within the realm of whatever the green is. On most DAWs, it's in the middle, somewhere between the middle and 3/4 of the way up. I know a lot of guys that change the way the meters look in Pro Tools, which you can do, so that there's more room from the middle to the 3/4 zone of the meter. It just makes it where that part is expanded much, so like you're looking at basically only that part, because the rest of it is, everybody can get it to where it's in the, just hitting the green. Good. But the part between where the green and the yellow meet could be bigger. It could be, if you can expand that, which you can, it just makes the way you look at the meter different, and you can get a lot hotter without hitting anything that is close to clipping. So you may want to do that, reconfigure the meter, but if you don't want to do that, all you got to do is make sure it stays in the green. And if it hits the yellow every once in a while, you're okay. Don't have to stress about it. But if it hits the yellow consistently and it's living in the yellow, that's a recipe for disaster. So this is a very basic tip, but it will make your recordings 100 times better. It will make sure you don't ever ruin a recording, because if it's too loud, we cannot undo that. We can't fix it. But if it's too low, we can gain it up. We can do a lot of different things to boost the level. All right, you got this. This is a piece of cake. Internalize this, and everything you do will sound better. More shit coming at you.